Commandment 1. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Separation, separation from ultimate truth. Every journey away from truth begins by placing something finite upon the throne that belongs only to the infinite. When consciousness forgets its source, it begins searching for substitutes. Power, security, control, status, identity, pleasure, knowledge, religion. None of these are evil in themselves. They become idols only when they replace ultimate truth as the center of one's life. The first commandment reveals the root from which every other separation grows. What it preserves: ultimate orientation toward truth. Before any action comes direction. Before any journey comes orientation. This commandment preserves the soul's alignment toward reality itself. It reminds us that truth is not something we possess, it is something we constantly surrender ourselves toward. When truth remains at the center, everything else gradually finds its proper place. Living principle: let no illusion take the place of the one flame. Do not worship fear, do not worship wealth, do not worship certainty, do not worship power, do not worship your own ideas, do not even worship religion if it causes you to lose sight of truth itself. God is not a jealous tyrant demanding exclusive admiration. The divine calls us away from illusion because illusion can never satisfy the heart. To place anything above truth is to slowly forget who you are. The invitation of the first commandment is not fear, it is remembrance. Modern application: modern society rarely bows before carved statues. Instead, it bows before invisible idols. Success, productivity, money, politics, technology, consumerism, popularity, social media, personal identity, even spirituality can become an idol when the pursuit of experiences becomes more important than truth. The question is no longer, do I worship a golden calf? The question is, what occupies the deepest loyalty of my heart? Whatever consistently determines your identity, your decisions, your emotional stability, and your sense of worth has become your functional God. This commandment invites continual self examination. What sits upon the throne of your consciousness? Does it expand your capacity to love? Does it deepen your integrity? Does it move you toward reality, or does it keep you asleep? Deep dive. The first commandment is the foundation upon which every other commandment rests. If truth is replaced, every other relationship gradually becomes distorted. When fear becomes God, violence becomes justified. When wealth becomes God, exploitation becomes acceptable. When power becomes God, compassion becomes weakness. When ideology becomes God, people become enemies. When ego becomes God, humility disappears. Every false god promises security. None can deliver it. The infinite alone cannot be replaced because every finite object eventually changes. Only that which is eternal can become the true foundation of an eternal soul. For this reason, the first commandment is not merely about belief, it is about orientation. Every day we choose what will occupy the center of our lives. Every day we decide whether to move toward truth or toward illusion. This commandment asks only one question: what do you ultimately trust? Reflection: what consistently occupies my deepest attention? What do I fear losing most? If everything external disappeared, what would remain at the center of my identity? What truths am I resisting because they threaten my current worldview? Where have I unconsciously placed something finite upon the throne of the infinite? The first commandment does not ask us to fear God. It invites us to remember that only truth can ultimately satisfy the soul. Every idol eventually asks us to sacrifice ourselves. Truth asks only that we awaken.